Cruise here. I'm trying to get everything together. It's my test pilot, if you will, so to speak. Just this. All right. Here we go. Let's get into this first edition, if you will. What does he think? Now, we touch base, well, should I say I, but I say we because all of us is included, on various subjects, topics that, what does he think? Oh shit. Subjects and subject matters that really matter, that not just through our communities and our own home environments, but on a global scale. It's a lot of things that we've been misinformed about, lied to, told was true, and when you decide to actually take the time to do the work, you find out that a lot of it was lies. But besides all of that, or beyond that, if you will, as I'm going through this, just trying to work out the kinks, get out the little ins and outs, the outs and ins, because, various master teachers, if you will, because everybody can be a teacher in a form of saying or say that you learn something from everybody in some kind of way at some point. I'm not saying you, well, that's my perspective. You must first let me acknowledge this, my perspective. There is no room for be lie Eve on this show. It's facts over fiction. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for the games no more. Fuck the bullshit, the dumb, the whoop whoop, the wop wop. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we like to try to get into, the meat, the real, the everything that this, whatever subject we might be talking about at this time, that what the root core of it. You know what I'm saying? We've been so caught up a lot of times, we just look at the effects. You know what I'm saying? Oh, car crash. We're looking at the effect, but what was the cause? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, once the investigation, once you and everybody's back and forth, but what was the real cause? Because he ran the light, but then you can go deeper into that and say, why did he run the light? You know what I'm saying? But besides all of it, this show is just really based upon sharing the most accurate information on all levels, all forms. You know what I'm saying? I feel there's no prejudice, bias, no forms of racial, or racist, or however you want to classify, whatever intent, regardless, whatever ethnic group that might be discussed, or, because, you know what I'm saying? I feel that laughter is like food for the soul. So regardless, in all cultures, we find some form of humor in the pain that we go through, which is interesting. At least for myself, I try, but there's much to learn, as much we don't know, as much a lot of us hunger and want to know, but for some reason, certain institutions I guess I could say restricted, or in a form or a way forbidden. It's like if we get into the Biblos, Bible, whichever one, the Quran, the Tanakh, and the books go forth and on within religious texts. But then if you really study your religion or the text that you are given to reinforce the spiritual enslavement that is placed upon you through a tactic of fear. But like I say, we touch base on all subjects. We're going to get into the most accurate, the most accurate information possible. Now, we can search, and I done a lot of research, I've done a lot of things. I got a lot of different notes over here and so forth, you know what I'm saying, if you will. But right now, we just gonna do it like a quick walkthrough, like a quick little just fill out the atmosphere, if you will, you know what I'm saying? Is it cold, lukewarm, or hot, you know? We're trying to figure this out, but right now it's getting hot. I'm talking about on the planet altogether. I ain't talking about just global warming. When we look at different countries around the world and what's going on, you know what I'm saying? It's so interesting, but then you can't get into those same religious texts. But see, you must understand, where did those texts come from? A lot of ancient cultures that was considered, oh, those pagans and heathens and so forth type stuff. Like I said, we're gonna get into a touch base on a lot of stuff. But see, I'm just kind of skimming across the borders over a vast majority of information on different areas and different subjects all at once right now. But like I say, this is just like a introduction, if you will, to what this show, or what at least I feel or think or want this show to represent. If nothing else, for myself, within self, to know thyself, understand, to stand under. So I must do that in order to understand. From that point, out of stand, in order to overstand any and everything that comes within the dimensions or circumference of my world, which is this body, this vessel, this physical flesh, if you will. But then again, it could be like a transparent, excuse my language, excuse my tongue, I'm tripping my words, but I was gonna say like a transparent illusion of what we really are, you know what I'm saying? But it gets into, like I said, we touch base on all different types of subjects, all different types of areas, you know what I'm saying? Because we can get into quantum physics and, you know, all the different, you know, I mean, the knowledge, the information, the stuff we are discovering now, especially for people coming together as a whole. This is how we're able to actually accomplish more. You know what I'm saying? It gets so deep, but you know, so far, I mean, what you think of my little theme song? You know, I mean, it's just one of the purposes I wanted to kind of run this experiment, but at the same time, check myself out. You know, far as, you know, within the context, even though I'm using a basic little iPhone camera, which half-ass work properly, so I got to do like this little invert set to it. But besides all that, I'm still working out the idea, still coming up with, you know, something, you know, Heaven Hells Productions. Remember that, you know what I'm saying? We do films, movies, you know, we trying to do it all. We trying to learn it all. We trying to be able to we want the money, if you will, so to speak, as they say, even though in truth, if you want to be real, that shit's actually obsolete. But that is what's needed to, what's the proper term that could be applied to what I'm trying to say? Navigate your way around and through this world in which we're structured to live in under this institutionalized governments and entities that dictate how we should live. I mean, everybody has their freedom to do what you do within the confines of your own home environment. But under the public scrutiny and but like I said, we touching base on everything and all different types of subjects. We gonna indulge in, you know, different panels, and we're gonna try to be able to try to pull in a couple of special guest type deal over a period of time once we get established, understand, you know. But other than that, you know, we're gonna have a couple of regular, you know, panelists, or if you will, I'm gonna say panelists. I don't know why I say it like that, but a couple of, you know what I'm saying, like co-host type, or the panel, or I don't know how it might be classified right now until I get with the group that I'm having in mind to go through the discussions or the subject matters in which we talk about, you know what I'm saying, as a whole. And I want to be able to diversify the discussions within the context of, say, male, female, and different ethnic backgrounds, you know what I'm saying? So that it's not like some single line construct of one-sided view, you know? But like I said, we try to, this is the first stage of the building process. And in order to get this done, you know how people get, how they say it, how it go, don't talk about it, be about it. So, you know what I'm saying? What you think this is? This is being about it. How else can I put it? You know what I'm saying? Looking like your motherfucking daddy right there, nigga. God rest his soul. It's crazy though. Memories. But we're gonna touch base on this. That's one of my little. Trying not to feel like or get like or be unique, because, you know, I lost mom in the same year, first bro, like, oh man, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? This year, earlier part, like, what is going on? It's like, it just seems like I've been losing everything, but I can't allow that to bring me down to the level in which I destroy myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, those who are not here now in this form wouldn't want that from me, given the natural fact of my ability or capabilities or skill set, or the natural intuitiveness to just be able to observe, pay attention, and make shit happen. But for real, it's just a lot to process, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you go through a loss and a tragic, or I don't want to say tragic necessarily, even though it is tragic for me initially, and when I think about it at times. But that's why I try to stay working, stay busy, try to keep my mind focused on the goals that I have set forth. And go ahead and start accomplishing and reaching these goals. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you get to a point sometimes, a lot of us in our lives, we get to a point where we just procrastinate. We fall short of ourselves because we lose ourselves within ourselves because of the world we're trying to adhere to. I think I'm gonna just stop this right here, right now, for the moment. I got a lot running through my mind right now and processing, and at the same time, I touch base on the subject that kind of, you know, but at the same time, you know, I consider myself, Father God, Most High, Creator of all the known and unknown. I knew, give me strength. But what do you think? So far as we try to tackle the dynamics of the show, the layout of the show, the game plan or the intent of the show. Now, honestly, I guess I could say or would love to get some feedback, reviews, the ins, out pointers. What do you think I'm doing right? What do you think I'm doing wrong? I know a lot of y'all probably feel like, you know, lose base maybe on some of the, you know, around, you know, like I said, I didn't touch base on or get into no actual subject or the meaning of some of the things that we're going to discuss. But I just, like I said, I just wanted to just kind of skim across a whole vast variety of subjects or topics that we might run across or get into on down the road. And from this point, this is just my initial introduction or figuring out how this is going to actually go, because I like it. It feels comfortable. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's like, this is my therapy. This is my release of negative energy or the flow that hinders me from becoming more successful within my life. And that's why I always say the Most High, God, because, I can look at what we call an atheist, a non-believer, which, like I say, oops, my bad. Then I broke my first rule, didn't I? There is no room for be like Eve on this show. But if you ever hear me say that, though, you must understand in the context just like that I just used it from describing certain people or groups of people that love to use that term and address that term or hear or hold on or smack you in the face with that term as if you don't, and not realizing the words in which we use, just as I'm speaking now, carry a level of power or volume within reference of saying the context in the word itself, the true meaning, or like like I said, we won't touch base on a lot of stuff, getting into the etymology and the roots words and the real meaning of this. Like, if you break down into the, like if I use my name as an example, from Michael, forms, but then I could go the Z, which is only dudes or he, you know what I'm saying? But I can get into some other stuff on that too, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, like my name, Michael, my given name. Now the government name is your last name. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we ain't got, if you want the real, or you want that real fake ass shit. But that's what we've been hooked on so much, that real fake ass shit that we think is real. Because we've been told and given and passed down from mama's mama, daddy type shit. This is what it is, this is how you're supposed to do this. But then if you take the time, and it's funny though, when a lot of people do challenge the question, what you're being taught or told to be right or wrong, just say, why is that right? Why is that wrong? What's wrong with you? This was like a lot of the typical response I got or get sometimes. And then, I kind of like poke sometimes. I try not to poke too hard or poke too much towards certain individuals, but sometimes it should be fun as fuck. I need food for my soul. You know what they say about laughter, right? But yeah, it's very interesting. But we're gonna cut this right here, right now, just for this moment. But we will be back. Like I said, this is just gonna be my little test run. I got all kind of notes. I got a couple of books here where I was doing some research, so I might scan through those too as well later down the road, just to break down certain terms, just like my name. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all already know certain things and the name Zachariah means, the name such and such means, and so forth. But it's like every word that we have been, it's like when you look at the English dialogue that we use today, which is worldwide, widely used amongst people who is not the native tongue, just as us as African American people, as we're called or termed or deemed now, where we have migrated from Negro to black to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as government institutionalized, put your race on this form, nigger. Now, oh my God. My God. For real. But for real though, man, like I say, we plan to have a lot of fun. I plan to have a lot of fun. hopefully the panel that I select or the group that is gonna be like the cast, if you will, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully they plan on having a lot of fun or want to have a lot of fun. But it's hopefully the intent to educate not just self, but everyone else around or who's listening or looking or watching, paying attention. We're gonna try to have some fun. I got a bunch of little shows. I got this. It's a series. Initially, when I first had the thought and the idea for this, my production company, I was probably about like, shit, I guess initially, really, I was about what, 22, 23, something like that. Cause I was just starting to get into the music. People would come down because, you know, I always wrote. I always had a thing for poems and writing and, you know what I'm saying, that type of nature. So really kind of go back to like 16 then, really before that. But it's a whole lot that you don't know until a person indulges the information to inform you of certain things or instances within. But, you know, some people willingly, freely give you that whole life story background and people around you. Like, that's why I'm glad. I just need a light and light my cigarette. Motherfucker, what the fuck? Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but there are people like that out there. And as I'm trying to put together this, just to, like I say, this is my therapy. This is my relief. This is what keeps me sane in an insane world. Even though, yeah, they make it as, oh, this shit is ridiculous. America, the who? See, people don't realize, from my perspective, man, I'm like, fuck America. But you must understand, when I say fuck America, I'm not talking about this country, the land, or the people in it necessarily, outside of those who are true racists. And what a true racist is a person who chooses to fuck with other people in the means because they have the ability to obstruct or hinder your ability to grow and develop. It's like saying, oh no. It's like preventing an individual to thrive by, that's what a real racist is. Because look at the root of, see, that's why I say when we get into a lot of things, a lot of subjects, when you look at the word itself, you know what I'm saying? Race. What is a race? You see what I'm saying? Then it's, if you a is, so that's like a profession to you, right? I mean, I'm just saying my perspective or angle or point of view as I analyze. I'm gonna break down a whole lot and get into the definition, Webster's and the thesaurus. And I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, we're gonna have various informational books and that has been published. Who's the publisher? See, it doesn't become a fact unless the whole can, or the majority can come to an agreement to say, yep, it's 8 out of 10 say that shit, yeah, that shit real. So guess what? Now that shit's real. The funny thing is, the shit still can't be, fuck around still won't even be real. It's the crazy part of this shit. If you really look at a lot of this shit out here, man. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this show, man. I feel it already, man. I don't know why. This is just me, though. I can say this is for me, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because this is therapy. What does it think? Y'all ain't ready for that, man. I'll tell you. Because, see, we have an interesting, I don't even know how to properly categorize us as human beings. You know what I'm saying? And the abilities, capabilities, the amenities of ourselves that we haven't yet came close to tapping into. You know what I'm saying? We still in kindergarten stage with ourselves. And the sad part is we never passed kindergarten stage within ourselves. And see, when I say that within ourselves, you gotta understand this is on a mental, spiritual, collective group. Because the way we're educated, for one, we're losing half our senses because we only taught there's 5. This is one of the lies. You know what I'm saying? And if you start really studying and getting into neurology and different fields and so forth, you know, like study the brain and different areas. I mean, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, like I said, we gonna be all over. We gonna be on, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some fun though. We're gonna have a couple of little skits, a couple of inserts here and there, you know. Until, you know what I'm saying, we able to build the network up like I want, to where I can introduce. I got a whole collection of different little shows. I got a couple people that I know they do their thing. So, like I say, once I get everything in order, this is just my little test run pilot to see how it appears or looks. And then too, you must understand the type of camera I'm using as well. It's, like I said, this is just a test run, the idea, the perspective or thought of how this gonna operate, the format, the layout, the blueprint, if you will. So is you prepared? If not, then you better get your motherfucking popcorn ready. Nah, you might not need that because you be cleaning that motherfucker up, nigga. I'm telling you about that the first 10 minutes. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Nah, because you don't need no popcorn. You need to have a notebook and a pen or a pad, or have your phone ready, or you might be on your phone watching this. So you need to have something where you can jot down, take a note, or implement the information that will be shared within the context of saying, you know, in various topics and shows. It's also, you know, various thoughts, because we will have what we call, I just popped in my head though, because I stay in the clouds. You know what I'm saying? How's she gonna talk to guys if you ain't up there? Nah, I'm just playing. Man, I'm feeding my soul right now, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't not thinking about nobody else right now at this moment, but as we break all this down, though, man, hopefully, not just helping ourselves, we helping others. You know, as they say, be blessed. And maybe you can, I forgot how it go, but anyway. You probably understand what I'm trying to say, and you probably can tell from my eyes, because I don't even see my eyes. I'm looking past all of this right now, trying to see my eyes in this camera. They look closed, but I'm seeing everything. You know what I'm saying? Eyes shut wide open. Eyes shut wide open. That must go open and open. Now this boy, for a better world. And the way things look, especially when you pay attention to or looking at this little propagated media news and all this different, you know what I'm saying, social outlets that touching base on these different wars that's popping off across the world with these other countries. And, you know, guess who's always running to the aid of everybody as if, you know, Big Brother. You know, Big Brother. USA! USA! Yeah, I have a gripe with this government, if you will, if I look at it from an ancestral lineage all the way up to now into my own personal encounters, just because of my melanated skin. Yeah, as a black man, yeah, as they try to demasculate me, yeah, I got a fucking problem with that. Snap mode, didn't see that coming, did you? Yeah, we touching base on everything, though. And we want you to be able to express yourself freely, openly. I mean, there ain't gonna be no, like, judgment. I mean, I wouldn't say judgment, but motherfucker ain't gonna criticize, critique, and say what the fuck they gonna say, whoever, however. Hell, I might have my little perspective or angle on it. And I do myself like it, just like now. Once I cut this feed, guess what? I'm flipping back just to see, because that's the point. How do you enhance oneself or make oneself better? So, I mean, me personally, I feel like, you work, whatever that you feel or that motivates you or moves you, you gain the resources or tools necessary to enhance that. On all forms in any subject that, like I say, moves or motivates you or makes you just, oh yeah, that's what I want to do or however. But, if you just want to look at life in general or just living life in general, point blank period, yeah, like I said early in the early part of here when I touched base about, I don't know if I got really all the way into it, but ain't nobody free unless you got a certain level or degree of mental ability to compensate for what the structured institutions are doing to the mass public. Because you look at what they call an inflation. What's an inflation? Where the price rises due to a lack of, but what is, because me, I just feel like a look at it is, why can't we just keep it simple? Because we got the same chicken supposed to be shitting out the same egg, right? But yet, you know what I'm saying? You say in this day and age of technological advances that we have so many amenities and robotic and computers, this shit, da. So why is there a higher cost for the things we need the most when it's easier to make now? That's what confuses me. Shouldn't that make it cheaper? That's why I'm thrown. So you use it. Anyway, like I said, we're gonna touch base on a lot of stuff. We're gonna because we're gonna have to build a research team. I can't research all this stuff myself. It's a lot of information I know on hand, you know what I'm saying, that I keep stored. But yet still I gotta go digging into these files. And on top of digging into these files, the new information, the more accurate information, or from where I left off, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to go back in, and that's why I said I need to go ahead and get the research team. I can't do it myself because I'm stretched thin. I'm putting together just across the board a collectiveness of different businesses or levels of businesses. Call me an entrepreneur or Mr. Go Get It. That's my tag. Remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyway though, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna try to be able to utilize this as an outlet. Like I say, this my therapy. Pass the syrup, please. Nah, for real, I feel I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this because I got a couple more components to put together before I be able to actually properly do what I see in my mind and what's coming and been coming for a long time. Problem is, before, I was almost there at one point in life. I'm gonna just say it like at life. Because you never see certain shit happens or come or things or whatever that might put you up and might kick you down. But the one thing through whichever one or however or whatever you end up, you must always remember this. This is something I learned. I gained that from, you know what I'm saying, my mama's mama and my mama and my dad type shit. You gotta get yourself up and keep going. You don't pay attention to nothing nobody say, because you know what you can do, you know what you're capable of doing. So don't let that affect you. Do what's necessary to be better type deal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing like I say, the word, the word, because if we want to break B-I-E, so you gonna misrepresent me on this special event? You a dirty son of a gun. Nah. But see, that's the blind lead the blind. That's the tactic. That's why they gotta teach us a certain way. And then that's why I say they gotta use religion as the weapon or as the tool to confuse or misuse. So we lost. That's why most times we run in circles like a dog chasing our tail, trying to figure out how the fuck we can't get ahead shit, because it's a lot of psychological, it's a lot of psychological, it's a term that describes a certain type of tool. Well, why don't you just say tool? Well, psychological tools that are set in place to hinder certain groups or certain people in certain situations, if you will. So, there are kind of organizations or parts or implants that's designed or set to try to or offset. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Let's just put it like it's a whole lot. We're gonna get into a lot. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get the right research team together, so that we can bring forth all the most accurate and right information possible. Shout out to Sadnetta. Shout out to man, there's so many brothers out here. Man, oh my God, there's so many. Brother Valentine and all them brothers, man. I mean, there's so many. And I ain't been keeping up with nothing or nobody in that manner, far as, seeing what y'all doing within reference of, even though you must look at or always look at or consider or think within my perspective mindset. Because I used to trip off a lot of brothers from the Hebrew Israelites battling against, Polite or somebody and shit, and how they be fake trying to chop each other up with information. And it's nice, especially if you check a lot of that information that they're spewing out, and then you start digging for yourself, and you find out who's the most close to being the most accurate. That's not saying don't nobody know nothing. None of them. They all have information that I always look at the end of the day. Where you get the information from? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you still gotta blame yourself, regardless of whatever happened. If you go through woo-woo, it's like looking at, if we touch base on slavery real quick, say the slaves who killed themselves or jumped off the ship, said, nah, you ain't finna take me like that, or just, what they call it's a word that was used, I can't think right now, but the little rebels, the problem causers, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel I am, you know what I'm saying? Even though I had, like I said, I had the ability to. I have lived on different levels and planes, growing up in different fields of environments, you know what I'm saying? Different types of environment. I circulated so many different environments at one time at once for a period of time, due to the nature of business purposes and truth, though, you know what I'm saying? At one point I had a business. I was operating out my mama's duplex when we lived in a certain area. Over there in Westchester, small side, off Tuckahoe side type deal. Had the little closet. I said, man, little bruh, you gotta take my clothes out there, little bruh. I need this closet right here, little bruh. You can have the whole dresser, little bruh, all the drawers in the dresser. I ain't studying that. Stupid. Nah, it's just some little thing I be doing that I don't even know how to do it. It's something that I guess, like I say, I gotta feed my soul, man. And you know they say laughter is food for the soul. So guess what? I try to stay laughing and stay in an upbeat mode, optimistic mindset. Try to be always looking at the upside, the positive out of whatever situation, some kind of way if possible. Even though sometimes you can't. But besides all that, I think I'm gonna enjoy this time. I enjoyed this talk with y'all out there. Help me out with this critique or criticism, positive, negative. Hopefully ain't a whole lot of negative type. I mean, you can give me some good, positive, bad input. I don't know how to say it properly, but what I'm trying to say is that you can critique it and say, well, I don't like the way you did this. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, woo, woo, woo. I'm not saying don't just be like, bash, baby. Well, I know we got a lot of hateful people out there in the world. But then, like, what's the cause? We see the effect, and that's how they is. That's their behavior. But what's the cause? You know, a psychologist or therapist or so forth. You know, I done read different books. I used to love reading. I'm trying to get back into my reading, you know what I'm saying? Because when you look at therapy or different forms or types of, right? You know what I'm saying? We try to find the cause. That's why, you know what I'm saying, when they look at us as black folks, you know, niggas, what's the cause? What kind of cause is they trying to? Cause see, this is like when you look at different movements throughout time, empirical history, that has been obstructed from actual facts a lot of times within the text that you might find on these subjects. And a lot of stuff has been omitted and lost within the text. Now, you only true facts you might have rendered might be from a form of word of mouth or some hidden documents that have been discovered or kept private, secret, locked away or something like type deal. I can't properly, but it's just a lot of information. It's a lot of stuff that's going on that's happening. The average person don't see it because they set the blinders on. So the motherfuckers walking like this, like a horse. Face ass, boy. You know what I'm saying? With them blinders on, because we've been educated through his educational system, judicial system, every little part of this system that we can break down in its functions and see how it operates or what it actually do to people. I don't know. We might be surprised a little bit on some of it. But see, the thing is, that what makes it hard and what makes a person not adhere to what someone like me might be saying, you just spewing outside your neck, because the information has been obscured. It has been taken, a lot of it has been taken and like, delete, delete, delete. I keep that, okay. I keep that. Oh shit, can't keep that. Delete. The same thing with when I was talking about the Bibles or Bible and different books. Some of those texts are not in there. They're supposed to be in there. But yet, this is the book above books. You can't. And then when you come back to admit, oh yeah, some missing books. That's because they didn't want to put those in there because they was just so, whatever reason they want to choose to use. But then that sounds suspect. That sounds obscurely cynical, diabolical, intentional, like, I'm just gonna cut it right there. But if you understand social engineering, politics, and there's another placement that all three like go hand in hand. Because it's like when we look around this city and certain landmarks or certain areas, and we don't take in the true symbolic gesture or meaning of that. It's like, I'm gonna use the Parthenon out of Centennial as an example. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's formatted a little Roman, but if you pay attention to certain aspects in the context of, now you know what, I ain't even getting to it. We just gonna go ahead and drop this, cop that, chop that, right here, right now. Nice test run on the first run, just to see how we do, how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Got all my cameras out, so I'm looking for a camera. But anyway, we're gonna get with the panel, try to get the panel together so we can actually put together the whole everything shebang, bang, 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 bang. Oops, almost lost that camera. Trying to make adjustments. Man, you know what? Some Dr. Quasi. I mean, oh man. I'm thinking about, oh goodness. Like I said, it's so many master teachers out there, so many brothers and sisters that has so much information and knowledge to share with you, share with us, to help us get to learn and know self. It's just what makes it like, wow. But then we've been educated so Europeanly. We've been educated so Europeanly that excuse me. I don't know why I say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? But for real though, we've been educated on a Europeanly or European mindset or mentality. That's your African diaspora. Because most of us, especially in America, can't recognize or acknowledge ourselves as being African. Outside of the classification when I'm filling out the job application, African American / black. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but it's a lot of things that we're gonna have to address. I'm working towards putting a whole lot together. I just hope y'all bear with me. Give me time, help me do this, family. Because that's what we are, family. On a global scale, even if we can't comprehend it because my skin dark and yours pale. All right there, brother. Bruh, for real. You gotta have fun with the shit, man, because hell, you know, since sitting dwelling in it, you know, I don't know, but anyway, this is my first test pilot test run. Hopefully sooner than later. Excuse me, it's starting to get kind of late. About the world today, but you know how they go. But we're gonna cut it short right here. Catch y'all on another trip. And hopefully we can make this work and make this work the way it's supposed to work and do it right. Like I said, it's so many brothers I enjoy watching and tripping off them, battling over knowledge and information and who's right, who's wrong, who has to, you know. I mean, it was good, it was fun, and, you know what I'm saying? It made me laugh, though. Like I say, this is therapy for me. But it always go back to my question, and I wished I had that level of money, that kind of money. That's what I'm working towards now because I'm gonna show you how to really do it. Like if I had billions and billions, my whole agenda, governments would hate me too. Motherfucker, well, power companies, whoever, all these motherfuckers have been leeching off us, people, the masses. Doesn't matter if you green, purple, blue, orange, you know what I'm saying? The masses. I'm gonna provide free energy and all that. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be like the housing. See, these are things that need to be really addressed, you know what I'm saying, as a community. And it's hard because you have these private developers and corporations that feeds government officials or lawmakers and so forth because of the kickback that they receive within the constructs of the jobs they provide. See, I'm just not no dumbass nuggle. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, once I get this research team together and we're going to get to the nitty gritty, we're going to get there though, for real. Because there's a lot of underlying white. I'm trying. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short so I can run this back. See with from my first point of view. Kick it back. I might share with a few people out there. There's a few of y'all out there. I don't know. See what you think. See what you think. Cause I'm trying to put it together. You gonna be part of the team. You see that little blue light right there at the bottom of the screen? Push it. I don't know how many of y'all gonna actually push that motherfucker. Be part of the team. You see this right? You, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. You see this little blue light right there? Push that button right there. It'll send to a link, and you pull up the application to be part of the team. Nah, I'm just fucking with y'all, man. I wonder if y'all do that for real though. Nah, but eventually I will have that actual link and everything set up. Right now, this is just a little test pilot run, just tripping with myself. My eyes is open. Look at all you motherfuckers judging me. Look at all the motherfuckers judging me. Don't make no sense. What have I done? No, I'm just bullshit. Nah, I'm just having fun right now with myself, you know what I'm saying? Trying, because I'm still learning self, man. Because there's so much within yourself that you don't know, even though you think you know. Most of us know a lot of our typical or average behavioral patterns set in the boundaries of home environment and public environment. But truly knowing ourselves, I don't think most of us really do. That's my perspective, though. You know, so I don't think most of us really do, because most of us are so caught up in the hustle and bustle of this world that shit, we ain't got time to learn ourselves and shit. We got time for us to learn how to get this job, pay these motherfucking bills, nigga. No, for real though. That's kind of how they got us though. Well, you know what I'm saying? We miss a lot of real information or certain things that we supposed to be allowed to get in on as the masses, the public, to be able to voice our opinion that we miss because they keep us distracted. So it's like there's what's it called, like a meeting or whatnot. to discuss a certain type of bill or whatever, you're open or free to come to the Senate or whatnot, or to the, you know what I'm saying, whatever, the committee or wherever it is hosting this at, to voice your opinion, or whatever group you might represent, voice your opinion, whatever, or, you know what I'm saying? But most of us don't even get that opportunity because we don't even know. Because a lot of times, and most times, they don't even put it out there like that. Yeah, they acknowledge it, but they're not advertising it. Like that motherfucking Burger King, McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, type ass commercial shit. But anyway, like I said, we gonna touch base on a whole lot of everything. A whole lot of everything. For real though. This is Desi. Heaven's Hell Production. Get your numbers up. Hood Support Month. You know what I'm saying? We got them all. Got them all, baby. We got them all. We got them all. We got to all come together, man. It's the only way we're going to be able to eradicate the problems we face. We got to come together as a family, as one, as a whole, you know, and we've been broken up and divided in so many ways, so many levels, and hating each other all in between for no reason at all, in truth. But that's my perspective. But until then, the next time, you know, when we get back with you on the next trip, when I run the actual, or with, like I say, this is the first edition to the show, what does he think? But this is my test pilot, test run. And when I do the actual first edition or episode of the series I'm about to lay out within context, when it goes into my little something else. I'm thinking about the couple of short films I got in mind. But see?